Alright dude, it's raining outside so I can't do this like how I normally would. But anyway, start out with your one anchor. This is just like a 15-foot little section. Come down here. Make a big old nice loop. Real nice and clean. Just a regular knot here. And leave some extra. Pull it down, make it nice and snug there. So that way later on you can just pull this one, or both of these out, or the best way to get this undone later on is just push this one forward and then the whole thing comes right out. But we're not going to do that right now. So you get it nice and tight, it's not going to move. And like usual, I roll that to the back side. And I got all my extra stuff there. So this is probably just going to slide to the floor now. Then I grab one of my other pieces and go and make, a loop on the other side by taking just my regular bite here through my carabiner and up over. And I dress it, make it nice and clean, so that way there's not any extra pinches that should be there. It should just come down and get nice and flat and straight on there as best as possible. Then I would take this on the other side and loop it around just like this, but I would have it further out away. Obviously wouldn't be using something this small because you're going to be putting pressure on the side of this and that'd be bad. Anyway, just be coming on through like that. So, I'm going to go do that on the other side. So now I have this anchor strap, and this is all the rest of everything this way is my tightening system, or my slack line. Now I need to figure out how much I want to leave for my tightening system. And sometimes you can do like, I don't know, with the newer line, if you haven't used it in a while, you're better like doing like a little less than like a quarter of the line. You'll get an idea. The best thing is if it doesn't work, if you run out of space, you just do another one. But I just start wherever. So I'm going to start back here. I can't see. So I would just do the same thing with this nut. So I take a little bite, put it through, loop it up and over. Dress this one as nicely as possible. Have it come around. Now I'm remembering to keep this nice and flat with my anchor. And then I make sure that this piece that would normally be coming back from here is now going to be coming forward. So just like that. There's no twists in this or anything. So you got to remember that. And then come back over to your anchor. And loop through there. So I have my flat, nice and line webbing. I come on the outside of this carabiner. The outside of the carabiner. Notice how it comes on the outside here to the outside there. Coming on the inside now, so I'm beginning my spiral here. It's like a race car track going into the inside. Lift it up, put it inside. Still no twists. And then this last one here, put it in there. Now as soon as I start putting tension on here, going to get my system nice and tight. And I'm always pulling as parallel as possible, so as in line as possible with this whole thing. So there. It's nice and tight now. You crank on it as hard as you can first with your hands. Then you just let it sit there, and then you go and sit on it, and you stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Pull on it a little more, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And then when you can't make it move anymore, this is when you're going to add a multiplier. And this is how it's going to make everything really, really, really easy. So I got all this extra anchor strap back here. Or I got eons and eons of extra slack line back there. Whichever works best, but I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to make another anchor on the anchor below this one. So I'll just take one of these straps. Now this one, the beauty of this one is it only has to hold tension while you're tightening. So it doesn't need to be that crazy. You know, you're not like getting rid of an anchor strap altogether. So I would do the same knot here. It's really weird to think of, but just do the same stuff. So I have a knot here. It's going to be pulling just like this. So I have this anchor here. Got that right there. Now this is going to come out of here. It's going to come inside here. And this is where the fun part comes in. But I take this as close to where it's coming out of the original system. Pull a little bite. This doesn't need to be pretty because you're going to move this a lot. And I come and I make my hitch here. Doesn't need to be pretty at all. So then I do this. So what I couldn't move on my own before, I can move right here really easily. I'm getting movement here, getting a little movement here. It's going to slow everything down, but now I can do it on my own. So I can just super easily pull, super easily pull. Then once this maxes out to here, I just take it off. And so let's say like I get it really tight, it's going to move, because like there's stuff that's just going to move in there when you undo it, but it's always staying tight because of your original system. So then I would sit on it, stretch on it, sit on it, stretch on it, sit on it, stretch on it, and then would come and do this again. And I would always just be making this as close to this anchor or to this carabiner as possible. So then I would do it all over again. And it's helpful if you make this one really short against the tree. I mean, like, if you had this one really long, it'd be way out here and it would be really counterproductive. But just pull it real slowly. Everything's coming together here. And you keep doing that. And if you really want to get crazy, you can, I mean, all you need to do is add another one of these. And I'll show you a really simple way of how to do that that I figured out about a month ago.